I left off in the last video with the curve stepped offset of the building. So let me continue with that stepped offset, and I'll come back and start editing in a bit. Stepped offset. Oops. Grading. Stepped offset. Offset distance 2 feet. Enter. Select the object, the top of curb to the back. Elevation difference 0. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and do that also because I used that command last. If I hit enter, it'll go right back to my stepped offset command, as long as I don't enter another command. Offset difference 2, enter. Select this little section here, this side, and difference of 0. Okay. At this point, so I can trim this part out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a feature line from this endpoint here to that endpoint there. It gave me a grade of 2.35. Okay. So it is a little bit different, and I think I picked the wrong point if I'm not mistaken. Nope, that's correct. Okay. Same thing. Draw a feature line. Use current layer from this endpoint here. I found an elevation to that endpoint there, and I found a grade also. Very good. Then I'm going to go back here and use my trim command, and what I'm going to do is between my cutting edge is going to be this line and this line are going to be my cutting edges. Enter, and then I'm going to trim out that section of the feature line. And again, I kind of like to do this as I go. You don't have to. You can do it all at the end, but I like to just join my feature line as I go. I'm going to join my feature line, this one, with this one here, this little piece that I drew in, this one here. There's a reason why this piece was not at 2%. It was actually a little bit more. I'll have to explain that in the future. But it's correct. It's not nothing extreme, not like 5 or 6%. It was like a little bit more than the 2% of the sidewalk. Enter. Okay. So there we go. It's all one continuous feature line up to now. Let me continue. Do a little bit of trimming. Step offset, 2 feet. This out this way. The building out here. Now, before I continue, this is going to start getting a little messy. So I like to kind of trim again or break and edit as I go. So this feature line overlaps this one just that much. So that's not a good thing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here to break. So I'm going to break this feature line from this point to the end of this one, which would be actually at that point right there. So that way, these two end at the end point, so that when I join them, I won't have any issues. Because if they don't end at the same point, you won't be able to join them. I'm gonna go ahead and break this feature line from here to here, and then here I can go ahead and just trim, or I could have broken it too. Either one. Hopefully, you start getting comfortable with these commands. This is my cutting edge. Enter. I'm gonna trim that little piece there. Same thing with this one. Now this one, let me see, and this one, they overlap to here. So I'm going to break this one back to this endpoint here. So I'm going to go back to grading, geometry, break. This feature line all the way to this endpoint here, again, to make sure that these are coming up to those edges. And then here, I'm going to do that curved offset, stepped offset, sorry. 2 feet, this one, onto this side, elevation difference 0. Okay, once again, you can kind of see that there's a little bit of an overlap. So I'm going to go to grading, break this feature line up to this endpoint right here. Okay, and then that's the one I'm not going to use anymore. Erase that. And then join. I'll be joining this back feature line with all these little line segments that I had left over. This one, this one, this one. Oops. Skipped a step. Never done that before, but now I know you can't do that. And then I'll be adding one more here and join it on the next video. Then I'll show you how to daylight it, hopefully within the next video also.